Okay, let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no actual face-to-face see. As promised in my last videos, today I'm going to be filming a video kind of explaining a little bit why I took a little break from collecting, why I'm downsizing. I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on downsizing your photo card collection, and I'm going to be answering a few little questions. So if there's little parts in the video that you're like, I don't really care about that, you can go in the comments down below and I'll put timestamps at everything that will be happening today. So actually this is my second time filming this video. The first time I filmed it, I really didn't like how it came out, so that's why it took so long for this video to come out, but we're back, we're ready, we're getting it done. We got this. So the first thing I wanted to touch base on is kind of explaining to you guys how I started collecting and why in the last few months I had to take a major break from it and kind of disappeared from the internet for a little bit. So to make a long story short, pre-pandemic life, I was always like a very casual K-pop listener, very casual K-pop buyer. Like I think I had one NCT album, I think I had one EXO album, something like that, and I just kind of kept whichever pulls I had. I never really thought about selling and trading and all of this collecting thing. And so when pandemic life hit us and we were stuck at home and I was cut from my friends, my activities, all my resources, and I'm someone that likes to stay really busy because it kind of helps me, it prevents me from thinking too much and overthinking, because I'm a really big overthinker. So keeping myself busy is what helps me not overthink every single aspect of my life, basically. So when pandemic life hit us and I felt like, what am I gonna do with myself now? NCT Daily is what saved me. These editors, these videos, this content, it was funny, it was original, it was so fun. Like that content really helped me not feel as sad and depressed as I was. And around that time, NCT Dream's Reload came out, and that era specifically is when I was like, let me buy both versions, let me try to pull my bias, let me try to do this. And it was so fun and it kept me busy, kept me occupied, kept me away from all of the negative, sad thoughts that were going through my mind. And you know, when you start collecting, you don't really think, I'm gonna start collecting. It kind of just happens, right? So that's what happened to me. It was like, let me trade for Hechon, let me get this, let me get that, let me add Itzy, let me add this group, let me do this. And it became this massive photo card collection that I now have. So that is to make a really long story short. Basically, K-pop collecting helped me not be severely depressed. So yeah, that's kind of the point of this story. That brings me to my next point, why I had to take a break from collecting and from YouTube and K-pop overall. So want it or not, when things started opening up again and I started dancing 5-6 times a week and working full-time and going to work full-time and being super busy and wanting to do everything well in my life, you know, it just became really hard to keep up with K-pop and collecting, and a lot of things had happened in the community that kind of turned me off, kind of made me feel like distant a little bit from K-pop as a whole, and I was having a hard time a little bit digesting all the information that was given to me online from these people that I idolized, that helped me, you know, get out of a hard phase in my life, and realizing that all these people are not necessarily all good people. So yeah, it kind of was a little hard for me at that point. So what happened is that because K-pop is becoming bigger and bigger, want it or not, companies are pushing sales and pre-order benefits and merch and all of this thing, and it became so much that it just made me more anxious than helped me calm my anxiety in being a fun activity that I did to help me cope with everything else. It became a source of stress, a source of something that I'm trying to avoid, want it or not, to be happy and healthy going on with my life. I hope that made sense. I became a busy bee again in the outside world, and I just had not enough time to be satisfied with my collection, and it became a source of stress. So want it or not, I kind of distanced myself forcefully because I was just so busy. Like, it was truly hard for me to find time to sit down and be like, let me look through Buy, let me try to trade, let me join a group order. It just became like chores, like it wasn't fun anymore. So I distanced myself, I took a break. I was still listening to the comebacks, I was still enjoying the songs and, you know, learning the dances here and there, and it was still like, I was still listening. I didn't fade away completely. And then stuff happened in my personal life that was pretty hard to cope with, so I was putting like all of my focus into that so I can come back now and try to have a more balanced life where this allows me to integrate this collecting passion of mine, but doing it in a healthy and a realistic way. So this is what brings me to my downsizing series on this channel. So I am gonna be downsizing my collection to feel like my collection is less of a stressful factor in my life, and to feel like it's fun. I'm still having fun with it. It's not too much. I'm not spending a crazy amount of money as well on it because it was getting a little financially irresponsible during the pandemic. Like, when you're depressed and there's only this one thing that makes you happy, like, you'll spend your entire income on it. Like, some weeks I was spending $500, $600, $700, and it was unrealistic, irresponsible, but it kept me alive, so I guess that worked. I'm gonna be downsizing some groups, also to add some new groups that I can now follow through with and keep up with everything. And for some groups, I'm deciding not to collect pre-order benefits, only album cards and all of that. This brings me to my next point. Who am I keeping and who am I dropping? So for the groups that I am keeping or adding to my collection, so for NCT, they are my alts, but it was a little excessive. I was collecting everyone, you know, I was collecting full groups, OT21, OT everything, and but for Haechan, my alt, I was collecting pre-order benefits, merch cards, and all of that jazz. For now, I'm keeping what I have collected thus far, but for like NCT 2021 and all of that jazz, I'm only collecting Haechan and 10, since Haechan is my NCT 127 and NCT Dream bias, and 10 is my wavy bias. But I'm still in the process of thinking, do I want to collect one member per unit, or do I just want to concentrate on collecting a full group? Because collecting NCT 127 as a group was one of my favorite collections, so it's hard for me to kind of decide. Maybe for some eras I'll do this, for other eras I'll do that. Still in the decision process, but I'll only be collecting album cards. I don't want to stress myself out. Oh, sorry, my camera cut. Please focus on me, camera. But what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying I don't want to ruin myself and stress myself out with the amount of merch that NCT comes out with. So album cards only, and if ever like the pre-order is a part of a group order that I've joined, then why not? But I won't go out of my way to collect the pre-order benefits. And then obviously Super M, right now nothing is happening with Super M, but for sure I'm gonna keep collecting them because Taemin is a part of Super M, and Taemin is one of my alts of alts of alts. So I'm still collecting Taemin. His solo activity, I'm almost done with all of his solos, so I might start diving into his shiny cards. For shiny, I want to keep them, but I want it to be super casual. Just keep whatever I pull. If I can treat the Taemin, good. If I can't, no problemo. I'm still debating on if I want to keep collecting Baekhyun and Kai's solo activity, all of my EXO cards. There's no true form of organization in there. I'm just keeping whatever I'm pulling, so not sure about that yet. Blackpink. You guys are not gonna like me, but I'm not sure if I want to keep collecting Blackpink, and it's not because of Blackpink, it's because of YG. I just don't really like the way they're promoting the girls, and I'm not enjoying the long waits in between the comebacks. It's making me lose interest, and it's making me gain interest into other girl groups, and I'm not sure. This is still a question mark that I'm gonna keep collecting Hwasa with Mamamoo. I'm gonna be collecting ITZY. For ITZY, I collect Yeji. I want to collect one full set per era, but everything else is just Yeji because I was trying to collect OT5 and it just became a little bit too much. So we're downsizing to only Yeji, but one full group OT5 per era. Then I am collecting Ray from Ivy, so I'm adding Ivy to my collection. I'm collecting Ningning from aespa. I'm having a hard time talking. And for my Stacy collecting, I'm switching my collection. I used to collect J, but I'm gonna collect Shein. Shein was my bias since day one, and I knew it, and I tried to I was like, oh, but I'm not sure, but I really like J, but I don't know. So I don't know if I want to keep collecting both, but for sure I'm collecting Shein or Shein. I'm not too sure how people like to pronounce it on YouTube. It's always a big debate. Yeah, so her. Unfortunately, I'm going to be dropping the boys, and I'm going to be dropping 17 because they were collections that were stressing me out a little bit. I was having a hard time keeping up with them, but you'll see in a video that I'm probably posting next week how I decided to get rid of those collections. I kept a few little pieces here and there. I'll explain all of that in my next video. Twice Cheon, I'm just very, very casual. If I pull her, great. If I don't, sell or trade, you know. And I am okay, it's right here. Purple Kiss is one of my favorite groups right now, so I'm definitely gonna be collecting Purple Kiss. For their debut, I collected the full group, but moving on, now I'm only gonna be collecting Chain, Yuki, and my bias, Dozy. And I was able to find an autographed Dozy picture, so I'll be adding it right here on my little autographed section of things. So I'm really excited. Other than that, I also downsized Stray Kids, so I will no longer be collecting Stray Kids, and I think for now this is where I'm at. I know my NCT collection has a lot of work to do, a lot of downsizing to do. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping all of Haechan's, you know, pre-order benefits, merch cards, all of the non-album cards. I don't know. It's still a big work in progress, and you guys will get to see that as my videos progress on my channel. I hope I'm not missing anyone. I think I went over everything. The next thing that I want to touch base on is little tips and tricks. So if you watched the other parts of my video, you'll understand that for me, there was just certain collections that were stressing me out, that were causing me a little bit more anxiety than fun and relaxment and passion, you know? So I think the first step is just asking yourself, is this collection making me happy? Is this fun? Is this creating is it like a fun intensity, not an anxious, stressful intensity? There's a nuance in between both, and you know, just asking yourself, is this really making me happy, or is this stressing me out? Then again, you know, your collection is yours. You literally do whatever the fuck you want with your collection. Basically, it's your scrapbook, it's your art, it's your passion, it's your thing. I see a lot of people in the comment section of big YouTubers on here being like, you didn't do this properly, you didn't. I'm like, honey, this is not your collection. This is theirs. They can literally do whatever the fuck they want with their collection. There's no way, there's no guidelines or book or rules to follow. Your collection is yours. If you want to collect one PC per month from whichever group you want, you can do whatever you want. It is your collection. So just keeping that in mind helps a lot to just realize, listen, no stress. If I downsize a group and then later on I realize I want to start collecting them again, but starting from that era, why not? If you decide, oh, you know what, for this group I'm just literally keeping whatever I pull, but I'm still gonna buy every album, but I'm just not gonna invest into sales and trades and all of that. That's cool. This is your collection. This is what the thing that like you have to remind yourself all the time is your collection something you feel proud of and you're happy with, and the colors and the pictures and the concepts, like, is that making you happy and not only the feeling of like, oh, I have everything. Because what is everything? These days there's too many everything. Pre-orders and Polaroid events and all fan signs events. It's just no. No. It's fine if you do it. Oh my god, more power to you. I want to see it. But if you don't, it's fine. It's your collection. Your collection is just supposed to make you happy. It's your passion. When I'm saying, oh, I downsized this group, I still love them. Oh, I still love them with all my heart. I still want, you know, to see them grow and become better and see their releases and listen to their albums and probably buy their albums without necessarily collecting them. Sorry, my phone's going a little crazy. Another thing that also helps is like when you're on Twitter, okay, it could kind of filter yourself and see, am I keeping up with everything that this group is releasing? You know, am I really like interested in the fans and like everything that's happening? Am I invested? If you feel like, yeah, I'm invested, but maybe not enough to spend so much money on this collection, that can also be a thing, you know, to help you make a decision. Do you feel like you know the group, you know their concepts really well, you know the members and their flavors, and also a thing to consider. But at the end of the day, the major trick is just thinking, is my collection still making me happy? Am I still having fun doing it? Or is this causing me a lot of stress, a lot of financial issues, and am I just going crazy? I had received a few questions and I had put a poll on my Instagram, but because I filmed this video last week, I don't know if I'll be able to find them again. This person said, how do you know whether to sell a collection or keep the cards and stop actively collecting? Love your content, by the way. So basically, oh, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting and watching my videos. So it's basically what I just said, you know, you can keep half of your collection and be satisfied with it. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. Just do whatever makes you feel good and happy and you feel, you know, good looking at the pictures. I saw someone on YouTube, instead of organizing their pictures by era, they organize the pictures but by colors, by what fits well next to each other, and I thought that's so cool and creative. Like, that's awesome. That's their collection and it looks great and they're happy with it, and that's it. That's just it. I can't find the other things, but it went along those lines as well. That was kind of my rant for today. Kind of me just blabbing about everything, just kind of telling you guys where I'm at right now. Next week I am coming up with a video and you guys are gonna see, this is my number one, I'm keeping it a secret, my top trick that I've kind of invented that has helped me a lot to downsize my photo cards in my collection without feeling guilty, without feeling sad, without feeling like, oh, you're losing a part of yourself and you're like so sad because you won't see that member in your binders anymore. So yeah, I'm keeping that for next week and it's gonna be a video on its own. But I'd like to open this chat and see with you guys in the comments down below, how do you feel about your collection? Do you feel bad when you downsize? When you feel like it's not something you can keep up anymore? Let's just have a nice discussion about it, and at the end of the day, like I said so many times in this video, your collection is your passion to make you happy, to distract you from all of the bad and annoying things in the world. So if it's not serving that purpose anymore, it's okay to let it go, and it's okay to take a break and come back like I'm doing. And when you feel ready, when you feel like your life is rebalancing itself slowly and you can make time for the things that make you happy without, you know, taking away from your work or your school or your everything, your friends, your family, your lovers. It's almost Valentine's Day. So for my channel, you guys can keep expecting some collecting videos for sure. I'm still gonna do some unboxings here and there. I know that most of my viewers adore the Heels Dancer Reacts videos. I don't do them as much anymore, but I might do a few because I've seen a few heels choreos come out here and there with some K-pop albums, and I was like, interesting. So if you guys have anything you want me to react to, just leave it in the comments down below. And that was it for today. I think I like this video a lot more than the other one that I had filmed previously, so you know, it's not about the amount of content that I put out, but it's about the quality of it. So please bear with me. I'm just living and doing my best to stay alive and be a decent human being. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for supporting and coming back on my channel regardless of the time lapses and breaks that I take. I hope everyone is doing well, is enjoying all of the recent comebacks. There's a lot of girl groups happening in this era of time. I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. I'm all for the girl groups right now. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you real soon. Bye. I think that was okay.